gave me the oosh You gave me the ooshkash muaf, the smoosh Diddy. Yeah, son. I mean, you gave me the muash. I love it, yo. I love it. You gave me the ooshkash muash.
Love Jesus? Of course I love Jesus. That's my Lord and Savior. People be thinking I'm dark and stuff, but I'm really not.
Looks like Orlando Brown is back on everyone's timeline, and once again he's making headlines with some very surprising claims. This time he's allegedly speaking about the Kardashian West family, even suggesting that Northwest was connected to something very dark and controversial. These are only allegations, of course, but they have definitely gotten people talking online in a big way. Now, let's be fair for a second. Orlando has made a lot of unexpected and controversial statements over the years, so plenty of people immediately brush off anything he says. His history has made many viewers skeptical, and that's completely understandable. Still, with so many shocking Hollywood stories coming into the spotlight lately, some people have become more willing to at least listen before completely dismissing a claim. At the same time, North herself has publicly pushed back against certain rumors. She has clearly said that she is not connected to anything dark and that she believes in Jesus. That statement has been shared by many people, and it's important to keep it in mind while these conversations continue online. Even so, fans have still been paying close attention to her recent style choices because they've become much bolder than before. A lot of the discussion centers around the appearance of dermal-style jewelry that seems to sit flat against the skin, showing up across her fingers, hands, and even extending toward her wrists. Those dramatic fashion choices have sparked endless conversations across social media, with people debating whether it's simply creative self-expression or something they're reading too deeply into. Then there are the accessories on her face. Whether they're real, temporary, or just part of a fashion statement, they've definitely sparked a huge wave of online discussion. People across social media have been sharing their own opinions, and as usual, the theories have quickly taken on a life of their own. Some commenters have focused on the metal jewelry placed on her hands, suggesting it could have a deeper symbolic meaning. Those ideas are entirely speculative, but they've spread rapidly online, with some claiming the look represents belonging to an exclusive circle or carrying a hidden message. Others completely disagree, saying it's simply a bold fashion choice with no deeper meaning at all. Some people who study different spiritual traditions and folklore also point out that throughout history, certain cultures have connected body modifications or specific forms of jewelry with symbolic rituals or personal beliefs. Those interpretations vary widely depending on the culture and time period, and there is no evidence that they apply to North or her personal choices.
What's up with Nick?
If you compare your career to somebody, who would it be?
Michael Jackson. That's me.
Never.
You're a liar.
What?
Another detail that has caught people's attention is what appears to be a bridge piercing, the piece of jewelry that sits across the top of the nose between the eyes. That location has led to even more online theories because some belief systems associate that area with the third eye, often described as a symbol of intuition, awareness, or inner perception. Because of that connection, some internet users have started wondering if the placement was intentional, while others argue it's simply a trendy style that has become popular with celebrities and younger fashion enthusiasts. As always, those interpretations remain opinions rather than established facts. As that debate continues, there's another point people keep bringing up online. Many have noted that dermal-style piercings are often described as uncomfortable to get, can easily catch on clothing or jewelry, and may require extra care while healing. Because of that, some people have questioned why anyone, especially someone so young, would choose that kind of look, while others believe the images may not even show permanent body modifications at all. This is where many of the online theories start becoming much more dramatic. Some social media users have tried connecting modern fashion trends to stories about historical rituals or symbolic traditions from the distant past. Those comparisons have spread across the internet, but they're based on speculation rather than verified evidence. Critics argue that allowing bold styles at a young age could normalize increasingly extreme forms of self-expression, while others see nothing more than creative fashion and personal style. At the same time, it's important to remember that North has always been known for having a creative personality. and Kim has publicly explained that at least some of the hand decorations were simply stickers meant for fun and artistic expression. Even with that explanation, the striking visuals have continued to fuel conversations across social media. That's the point Orlando Brown is allegedly making, suggesting there could be more to the imagery than meets the eye. But at this point, those claims remain opinions and have not been backed up with evidence. Speaking of growing up in the spotlight, many online discussions about North didn't just begin recently. For years, some people have argued that Kim and Kanye introduced her to high-profile fashion and public attention from a very young age. Because she has been photographed since childhood, nearly every outfit she has worn has sparked conversation, with supporters praising her confidence and critics questioning certain styling choices. Back in 2014, when North was still very young, she often appeared wearing coordinated outfits with Kim during major public events, including Paris Fashion Week. Those matching looks quickly became headline news, and people debated whether the fashion choices were simply part of the family's well-known style or whether they placed too much attention on a child in the public eye. The conversations didn't stop there. Over the following years, several of North's public outfits continued to generate strong reactions online.
No. When he said, I was like, oh my God.
In 2018, a photo shared by Kim led to mixed opinions from fans, while another outfit worn during Kourtney Kardashian's wedding celebrations in Italy in 2022 also became the subject of widespread debate. Some people felt the looks reflected creativity and high fashion, while others believed they weren't age-appropriate. Those reactions reflected personal opinions rather than established facts. More recently, when North traveled to Mexico with members of her family, photos from the trip spread rapidly across social media. Many users commented on how much she had grown and compared her appearance with other relatives around the same age. Not long afterward, another public appearance featuring a structured, fashion-forward outfit with a layered skirt and steampunk-inspired boots once again had the internet talking, showing how almost every look she wears quickly becomes a trending topic. On its own, plenty of people thought the outfit looked stylish and bold, but because North was only 12 at the time, the conversation quickly shifted away from fashion and toward her age. Across social media, many parents and viewers shared concerns, saying they felt some of the styling choices looked too mature, while others defended the look as creative fashion and pointed out that trends are often viewed differently by different people. As expected, the internet became divided. Some believed the criticism was overblown, while others argued that young celebrities are often introduced to adult fashion trends much earlier than most children because they grow up in the public eye. Then, as often happens online, conspiracy theories started appearing, with some people trying to connect these fashion moments to much larger narratives. Those ideas remain speculative and are not supported by verified evidence. The discussion grew even louder after the Hollywood Bowl's celebration of The Lion King, a special event filmed for Disney Plus that featured performers from the movie, stage productions, and Broadway. The lineup included award-winning actors, singers, and experienced stage performers, making it one of the night's biggest entertainment events. North also took the stage to perform I Just Can't Wait to Be King, and her appearance immediately became one of the most talked-about moments online. Viewers had very different reactions. Some praised her confidence for performing in front of such a huge audience at a young age, while others felt her vocals and stage experience were still developing and believed the performance could have benefited from more preparation. Regardless of where people stood, the clip spread everywhere and became another major topic of debate across social media.
Don't you ever think that is cool? That was the first setup, bro. You me, then turned me into a kid. You feel me? Took my house, took all my started my family members and all kind of shit. You a person, my. You a person. Yes, Will Smith is Michael Jackson, my. Got me.
Some viewers also pointed out that during the performance, the dancers appeared to guide North toward her stage positions, making parts of the routine look a little unpolished and hectic. That quickly became another talking point online. Adding to the attention, she was introduced by the original voice actor for young Simba before taking the stage herself. Because the event featured so many experienced performers, comparisons were inevitable, and many viewers felt the moment placed enormous pressure on someone so young. After the performance, social media exploded with opinions. Some people believe North had the opportunity because of her famous family and the doors that can open in the entertainment industry. Others argued she simply deserved the chance to gain experience and improve over time. Then, as often happens online, another group began pushing much more dramatic theories, suggesting the performance was meant to embarrass her publicly. Those claims remain speculation and have not been supported by evidence. Some internet communities frequently talk about the idea that public figures must go through difficult or uncomfortable moments before reaching even greater success. While that theory continues to circulate online, there is no verified proof that such a process actually exists. Even so, some people tried linking North's performance to those rumors and even brought up older stories and speculation surrounding Kanye's creative projects. Those discussions have circulated for years, but they remain unverified claims rather than established facts. In the end, these are the kinds of allegations Orlando Brown has reportedly been discussing. Whether people believe him or not is another question entirely. Many viewers remain skeptical because of his long history of controversial public statements and legal issues, while others think every claim should at least be examined before being completely dismissed. At this point, though, none of these accusations have been proven, and they should be viewed as speculation rather than fact. A lot of people also point to Orlando's unpredictable interviews, unusual comments, and the seriousness of some of his allegations as reasons to be cautious before accepting everything he says. Others have wondered whether his public appearances reflect personal struggles that may have affected the way he communicates. Because of that, many fans have expressed hope that he has the right support around him and that his well-being remains the priority, regardless of the headlines. When people talk about Orlando making surprising claims over the years, they're usually referring to moments like these. In past interviews, he claimed that Michael Jackson had a very personal role in his life, even suggesting at one point that he was his biological father. He also referred to himself using the name Orlando Brown Prince Michael Jackson Jr., a statement that attracted enormous attention online because there has never been evidence supporting those claims. Naturally, those comments sparked endless debates across social media and entertainment news. Orlando also made other mysterious remarks that some viewers tried to interpret in different ways. For example, comments about feeling trapped led certain internet users to create their own theories, with some even connecting them to long-running rumors involving hidden areas associated with Michael Jackson's Neverland property. Those stories have circulated online, but they remain the subject of speculation rather than verified fact.
A lot of kids, but I'll say I'll have 4 right now. That's exactly what I said. So me, as a father, is still trying to jump back into that life and figure out who everybody is. You can't ridicule me for not knowing anything.
I'm not ridiculing you.
All right, well, yeah, because I mean, of course I'm gonna make a mistake if I haven't seen my kids. They were taken from me.
As for Neverland itself, people who visited the property have described it as having several unusual architectural features and highly customized spaces. However, many of those designs have also been explained as reflecting Michael Jackson's interest in privacy, fantasy-inspired themes, and creating a unique environment. Over the years, those details have continued to fuel curiosity, but many of the more sensational stories surrounding the property have never been confirmed. There have also been stories over the years about unusual features and properties connected to Michael Jackson. For example, workers at a former New York City townhouse purportedly mentioned discovering narrow passageways linking different rooms. However, architectural historians have pointed out that homes from that era often included hidden servant corridors, meaning those features may have been completely ordinary for a building of that age rather than evidence of anything mysterious. As for Orlando Brown, his interviews have included many other headline-grabbing moments. During one appearance on the No Jumper podcast, he jumped between a wide range of topics and mentioned several well-known music industry figures. Many of his comments were highly controversial, unverified, and quickly spread across social media. Among those remarks were personal claims about Nicki Minaj and comments involving her past connection with Meek Mill. Those statements attracted attention online, but they were allegations presented by Orlando and were not supported by evidence. As a result, many viewers dismiss them as more examples of the shocking and unpredictable stories that have become a regular part of his public interviews. Orlando has also made a number of surprising comments about other well-known celebrities over the years, including Nick Cannon and Will Smith. Like many of his interviews, those remarks quickly made headlines and sparked plenty of discussion online, with viewers debating how seriously they should be taken. He's also spoken publicly about his own personal challenges. During an appearance on Dr. Phil, Orlando discussed his struggles with addiction and mental health. One of the most talked about moments came when he appeared confused while answering questions about his family, leading to widespread concern from viewers. That interview left many people feeling that he was dealing with serious personal difficulties and hoping he would receive the support he needed. Looking back at everything Orlando has said over the years, it's easy to see why his interviews always create such divided reactions. On one side, there are people who believe every statement deserves a closer look because of how unpredictable the entertainment industry can sometimes seem. On the other hand, many argue that extraordinary claims require strong evidence, and without that, they should remain nothing more than allegations. That's what makes Orlando such a complicated figure to follow. His interviews often jump from one celebrity to another, mixing personal stories, bold accusations, and unexpected comments so quickly that it can be difficult to separate opinion, speculation, and verified facts.
But how long has it been since you've seen these kids?
Bro, honestly, I just see my kids everywhere. But at the end of the day, like I said, I barely see them. I don't know them. They don't know.
Even longtime fans have admitted they sometimes struggle to understand exactly what he's trying to say. At the same time, Orlando's life has clearly been filled with highs and lows. He went from being one of television's most recognizable young stars to facing very public personal challenges, making every new interview feel unpredictable. Some viewers see someone exposing hidden truth, while others see a former child actor whose difficult experiences have shaped the way he speaks today. That contrast is exactly why every time Orlando sits down for another interview, people pay attention, waiting to hear which name or story he'll bring up next, and whether any of it can actually be backed up. One thing that keeps coming up whenever Orlando's name is mentioned is how often his past is used to judge his latest interviews. For some people, his previous statements make it difficult to take any new allegations seriously. Others believe that dismissing everything immediately isn't the right approach either. Instead, they argue that each claim should be evaluated on its own merits, with facts and evidence leading to discussion rather than assumptions. Another reason his interviews attract so much attention is the way they're delivered. Orlando rarely tells a story in a straight line. He often jumps between different topics, mentions multiple celebrities in the same conversation, and leaves viewers trying to connect the pieces themselves. That unpredictable style has become one of the biggest reasons his clips spread so quickly online, with different people walking away with completely different interpretations of what he meant. Even so, separating confirmed information from internet speculation is important. Over the years, countless rumors involving famous names have circulated across social media, only for many of them to remain unverified or eventually be proven inaccurate. That's why it's worth keeping a careful perspective whenever dramatic claims begin making the rounds. And that's where this story takes another interesting turn, because Orlando didn't stop with broad statements. He also hinted at private conversations and behind-the-scenes situations that, according to him, explain why certain celebrities behave the way they do in public.
According to Orlando, there are moments that happen away from the cameras that the public never gets to see. He has suggested that the entertainment industry is very different behind closed doors than it appears on television or social media. While those comments have fueled plenty of discussion, it's important to remember that he has not provided evidence to support many of those broader claims. Even with that in mind, some fans remain fascinated by the idea that there are private pressures celebrities deal with that rarely become public. Long schedules, constant media attention, and the expectation to always maintain a certain image can create an environment that outsiders never fully understand. Former child stars in particular have often spoken about how difficult it can be to grow up under that level of public scrutiny. That broader conversation has led some viewers to revisit Orlando's own career. After finding success at a young age, his personal struggles played out in front of the public, making his story very different from the polished image many people first remember. Because of that history, every new interview tends to be viewed through two very different lenses. Some people focus on the possibility that he's sharing personal opinions shaped by difficult experiences, while others wonder whether any part of his claims can eventually be verified. One thing is certain, Orlando continues to speak openly without holding much back, and each appearance adds another chapter to an already unpredictable story that keeps raising new questions as the conversation moves forward. What's especially interesting is how Orlando's interviews often leave people asking more questions than they answer. Instead of laying out a clear timeline or providing detailed proof, he usually shares brief stories, unexpected memories, and personal opinions that viewers then try to piece together for themselves. That style has become part of what makes his appearances so unpredictable. Some entertainment commentators have pointed out that this isn't unique to Orlando. In today's social media world, short clips and dramatic sound bites can spread much faster than full interviews, which means individual quotes are often shared without the surrounding context. As a result, different audiences can come away with completely different interpretations of the exact same conversation. Another factor that keeps his name in the spotlight is his background. Orlando isn't someone commenting on Hollywood from the outside. He spent years working in the industry from a young age, meeting actors, producers, musicians, and other public figures along the way. Because of those experiences, some viewers are naturally curious whenever he hints at things he says happened behind the scenes, even if those stories remain unverified.
That curiosity has also encouraged people to revisit older interviews, podcasts, and live streams, searching for connections between comments he made years apart. Whether those pieces actually fit together is still up for debate, but supporters believe there are recurring themes that deserve a closer look, while critics argue they're simply seeing patterns where none have been established. One detail that often gets overlooked is how much Orlando's public image has changed over the years. Early in his career, most people knew him for his acting and comedy, but today, his name is just as closely connected to his interviews as it is to the shows that first made him famous. That's a major shift, and it explains why every new appearance comes with so much curiosity. At the same time, there's a growing conversation about the responsibility of both interviewers and audiences. Some believe Orlando should be challenged when making serious allegations, especially if no evidence is presented. Others feel interviewers should focus more on understanding his experiences rather than only highlighting the most shocking moments. That difference in approach has led to very different reactions depending on where his interviews are shared. Another reason these conversations continue is because Orlando occasionally mixes confirmed events from his own life with personal opinions about other public figures. That combination can make it difficult for viewers to distinguish between first-hand experiences and broader speculation, especially when clips are edited into short highlights for social media. For now, Orlando remains one of the entertainment industry's most unpredictable voices. Whether people see him as someone sharing unusual personal perspectives or simply making attention-grabbing claims, each interview adds another layer to the ongoing discussion. And before long, another interview surfaced where he made even more surprising comments that quickly caught people's attention. So, after looking at everything, it's easy to understand why Orlando Brown continues to divide opinions. Plenty of people feel his history means his claims should be viewed with caution, while others point out that a few of his past comments have later seemed closer to reality than many expected. That doesn't automatically make every allegation true, but it does explain why some viewers are willing to listen before making their minds up. As for the discussion surrounding North West, there are clearly two very different viewpoints. Some people believe her bold fashion choices, including her accessories and dramatic style, are simply a form of creative self-expression and a reflection of growing up in a family known for setting trends. Others believe there's a deeper meaning behind the imagery. At this point, though, those theories remain opinions and speculation rather than established facts. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about everything we've covered in this video? Do you think people are reading too much into these stories, or do you believe some of the questions being raised deserve a closer look? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.